Is it crazy for me to say that aren't panda and penguin the reason we're talking about this stuff finally? You know? So, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to measure this by applause.
No, raise of hands.
Raise of hands?
Show of hands. If we have to, we'll have people
I
stand up.
I thought we were going to like jump on chairs.
No.
That's just me.
Just show of hands. But Tom and I have to turn around. So we're going to turn around, and then you're going to call out for Tom. And
okay.
And we need someone from Distilled up here. We can just get like an impartial distiller. John? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Excellent. And can we get a Mozer? Maybe Ashley? Are you free? Sweet. Okay. Oh, Erica, great. Perfect. And then they'll determine who wins from the show of hand vote. So, all right.
All right, and remember the three things that Rand had mentioned that we are voting for are value. Was it of personal value to you? Was it of value to the audience as a whole? And the quality of the presentation, okay? So shall we do Rand first? Raise your hand if you are voting for Rand. Keep them up for a little bit. Okay, we good? You got it? You guys feel good about that? Measured it? All right, raise your hand if you're voting for Tom. Well, what does he win? What do you guys think? The official? Turn their mics off.
If it's really close, we can have people stand up. Tom's got it.
All right, you guys. Tom.
Wow. Wow.
That was fantastic.
Incredible.
They were both very
goodness.
good. Very good.
So I have a few things to, congratulations, Tom. I will be taking you and the person of your choice to the fanciest restaurant you can find in New York.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Take him up on that.
Yeah. So I have just a few things. First off, all these speakers from the last 3 days who are still with us, if you could join me on stage, we're going to start the Give It Up session. And I'm just going to have I have a few words for you while you're all getting up here. So please come on up to the stage. Erica will have a mic that we can pass around to do the classic Give It Up. So a couple of things I wanted to say. First off, I wanted to provide some transparency. Big part of SEO Moz's culture is being transparent. I've had a number of you come up to me and ask questions about the conference itself, how it's organized, what we do. Particularly interested in a couple of things. Number one, the Wi-Fi. And number two, the financials. So there was a tweet on day one that I thought excellently represented a harsh but fair critique of what we've done here. So that critique was 800 attendees times $799 equals, remember whatever the number was, a lot of money. 5% of that couldn't be spent to get good Wi-Fi? Really? You couldn't spend 5% of your budget to get us decent Wi-Fi? And that's a very, very fair critique, and I think it's worth addressing to everyone here. So first off, Jamie and the entire marketing team has been working tirelessly with the Westin since last year when we had fewer attendees and worked hard we couldn't keep the Wi-Fi up either. And all I can say is we're very sorry. We thought we had good enough. We tried our best. We worked with some outside agencies, brought some people in, some contractors, and just couldn't handle the number of folks and number of devices. You have our apologies. We're gonna work Sofa King hard for next year. In terms of the financials, so many of you might look at MozCon and say, wow, MozCon's going to generate between, something in the range of $600,000, $650,000. That's quite a lot of money. But in fact, and this might not be common knowledge, we tend to lose money on the conference every year. So we don't, we pay a lot of money for flying lots of speakers out from wherever they are and putting them up at hotels and paying for lots of nice extra things. And I love that. I love that we can do that. I love that we can subsidize this. because it's a customer conference. But I feel that it's important to be transparent about that, to give you a sense of the fact that this is not a revenue generation event for us. And this is one of the reasons that you don't see things like sponsors. So many of you have asked me, hey, can we sponsor next year? We don't do sponsors. We're thinking about having some pitches and launches next year, some other opportunities, maybe awards, that kind of stuff. So we're going to keep trying to get it better. It's going to be very hard. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention is that I would like to give thanks to a lot of people. So please hold your applause. I'm going to try and thank them individually. First off, to Laura LePay, who's done a fantastic job emceeing. Sorry. We have lots of thanks, so we're going to...
Thank you.
They can't hold it. They can't hold their applause. To all of the folks, so there were 5 people in particular from the SEO Moz team who worked extremely hard on this event. I want to recognize them. Jamie Stephen, who's our VP of Marketing, along with Charlene from our marketing team, Erica from the marketing team we've seen running around all these past few days, and Casey and Devin, who put together MozCon Live, and then have been literally, Casey's been running microphones and all that. I'd also like to thank our designers who made this event feel incredible. Derek, Ramel, and Traver, who's been working with us. And I would like to thank all of the Mozzers who came to this event. One of the best things about this, so Michelle Goldberg, one of our investors, our first investor from Ignition Partners, she was here today, and she said to me, she said, this is the best recruiting and morale event I've ever seen. Because you have your whole team here, and the way that they recognize each other and engage with each other, it's really remarkable. So to all the Mozzers who put this together and everyone who's worked in the show, thank you so much. Amazing.
Do you want to do this, or you want me to do it?
So last and final thing, if you have ideas for next year, please submit them in your survey forms. The survey forms are going to go to all the speakers. We read them. The speakers read them. I know that feedback's incredibly valuable, so please provide that. The Give It Up format. So we're going to be fast. Make your Give It Up tips quick, under 30 seconds, because there's a lot of speakers. Under 30 seconds. And the format is going to be, the microphone will be passed down from folks. What they need to do is give you one tip. It can be actionable, relatively actionable, strategic, but it cannot appear on the internet. So Twitter off, blogging off, for 30 days, you cannot mention anything you hear on this stage. It's a classic Give It Up format. Let's get to work.
Okay, who wants to start? We're start at this end or this end? Start at this end? Are we going down? Start at that end. I think it's too late.
We're good?
Rand, is this your phone?
Can I go? Hello?
Okay, give it up.
I'm trying.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Let this
Hello?
man give it up.
Just a bit. Oh, I'm good? All right. So this happened to a client of mine. So it's Black Hat is all get out, and I'm not happy that it's happening to them. But I wanted to share it. So here we go. If you see a competitor of yours that's been hit by Penguin, it's a great time to go to Fiverr and just continue to buy them links as they try to remove the bad ones, and they'll never overcome it. It's happening to my clients, so.
All right, so after hyperlocal citations, which I think is an important thing to do for your SEO. So I think that, getting keywords in your reviews is the next really great thing to do for your local SEO. So one great way to get that is to encourage your clients to encourage their customers to mention the service that they had provided when giving a review. So if you're encouraging a review, say, oh, please mention the service you had provided. If you get the keywords in the reviews, it's going to help your local rankings.
I'm going to say something real quick before you go in there. If you guys have seen me with the little monsters, it's my little visual cue for, real quick, make it quick. I'm going to be standing right here. If anybody starts to go on and on and on and on, you see me doing this, that's your cue.
Can you shut my mic?
Okay, so I'm doing something for my clients. I'm building some fun pages about some specific niches to help, to give a boost to my clients' infographics. So if you guys need something for clients, create some fun pages, start promoting some cool and nice images that people will love. Do sponsored stories on it. You're gonna spend no more than 5 cents on images. You get around 10,000 subscribers or 12,000 subscribers. Then you can submit an infographic there for your client, and boom, you're gonna have a lot of exposure. You know, I'm doing this, it's rocking. Lots of links, lots of traffic.
Hi. So, speaking to what Tom said about building relationships, build dossiers on your relationships inside of LinkedIn and figure out how to target them in the paid section as well. And when it's less than 1,000 people, add in like all the administrative assistants who work for GM, and then back your people out, and you know how many. And then correlate paid to organic, so you soften up your personal approach to people by organic, by like thanking your fans for the 50,000th customer in front of these people, and watch your close rate on reaching out to those people for everything.
Okay, I wasn't prepared for this, but I'll share this as far as you can actually think about. Make sure you've got like a group of people that will share your stuff and keep it private, and share each other's stuff. So if you know that you have some pages that are on like page 2 about ready to pop to page 1, have them share that for you. So those social shares are actually pushing you up in the rankings, and you can put those keywords near the links that they share. So think about proximity of keywords to the actual link that's shared, and it will give you a boost up to page 1.
Okay, if you're a web scraper or you're a developer, you have a developer who knows how to scrape the web, SEO books, competitive tools are all very scrapable. Most of the tools are hidden behind a subscriber wall, but you can pound the hell out of SEO book. But don't tweet that even after 30 days, or you'll ruin it for the rest of us.
So if you really want your YouTube videos to rank better, you need to be able to pass PageRank to them. And the biggest ability to pass PageRank to YouTube videos is from YouTube itself. So you need to make sure you add them to the playlists, get them added as video responses to other people's videos. Make sure you have lots of interaction and subscribers. It's going to pass the PageRank straight through to your videos, and they're going to rank way better, and in also Google Natural Search.
So we just got re-indexed today, so I probably shouldn't tell you anything. I can't tell you guys anything too cool. So we're going to keep it very white hat right now. So a common problem with e-commerce sites is like, there's no content on the product pages. Well, if you guys go to blackmilkclothing.com, what they have implemented is a thing where if you bought like a pair of shoes, right? And you take a picture wearing those shoes and you hashtag them, it automatically pulls in those pictures, and then it basically creates more content. Whatever your tweet said, I'll also put it there. So I have a friend that works at Free People, and I told them about this, and they just implemented that on a site called fpdenim.freepeople.com, and it resulted in them getting a link from Mashable. So definitely look into that. There's actually a tool for doing this called olapic.com, olapic.com, and this is a real cool way to fill up your product pages.
I want to talk like him into the microphone. So guys, okay, so we are a connection-based economy, right? We've heard a lot about it. Tom talked about it. And I love that Marty's brain went to LinkedIn because I think that I'm thinking a lot about how we can use LinkedIn. So I'm a huge fan of online stalking. I would say whether you're looking for the next job that you want or whether you're looking to get a link from someone, the best thing you can do is recommend them on LinkedIn. Just tell them you saw them speak somewhere, tell them you read this blog post and they're such an authority. I'm not saying be inauthentic, because that's not tag-fee. I'm saying mean it from your heart, but do it. And they have to approve it, so they have to look at you and they have to check out your profile, and it usually starts a great dialogue.
Okay, this tip is, it's a little SEO, it's a little link building, but it's also just basic relationship building. So look 2 ways to just ask your customers what kind of content they would like to see from you. And then in a related sense, look to strategic partnerships. So for instance, if you're a personal injury attorney, try to find people in related industries like car mechanics or chiropractors that have online presences, and then give them free materials that they can host on their site as long as they are willing to link back to you. And just think of anything. Just think of what they need. If you're a chiropractor, you're probably going to have people coming to you saying, I've been injured in a car accident, I need an adjustment.
Choose short men. I got another one. I got another one. Right? Here's the other thing. You're going to have monsters waving at me in a second. Oh, no, she's busy tweeting it. Great. Okay, let's take some more time. Also, stop being perfect. Case in point, a couple years ago, I made a big mistake at a conference. I got up on stage with my Lioye, and I got something wrong. Not just a little wrong, a lot wrong. And if Marshall is out here, he knows what I'm talking about. We basically did the same thing. So here's the thing. This is pagination. This is pagination canonicalization SMX advanced last year. Doesn't matter. Here's the point, though. Because I made that mistake, Google released this great tool, rel equals next, rel equals prev, that made everyone's lives easier. It's not my doing, it's Google's doing. But by not being perfect, right, things change for the better for everyone. So stop being perfect, just do stuff, build, measure, learn. Thank you.
All right, my recommendation is for e-commerce. So you have a product page, and a lot of the reviews are paginated. So the default view of the reviews could be selected based on those that contain keyword-rich copy and very long descriptions. So there's no rule that says your reviews have to be in a certain order on the default view. So that would actually increase the amount of content that you have on a product page.
Should I go white hat or black hat? Black. All right, I'm not a black hat, but under very limited circumstances, and if you do it just right, buying expired domains with good link backlink profile still actually kind of works. The difference is, today, with Google penalizing so many backlink profiles, you have to be much more careful about examining those backlink profiles because so many spammers are dropping and expiring their domains because they've been burned and they ruined them, so just be careful.
So, hello? So my tip is quite simply don't spam. When you're building links, be very careful. Use a good mix of anchor text that is nice organic words. And if you're building links from sites that have a low Moz trust, just be very careful.
Cool. Hi, guys. So with a little bit of help from Paddy, where are you, Paddy? Thanks, man. About a couple of weeks ago, I was like, right, it'd be really, really awesome if I could get contact details for people who are interested in a certain topic from Google+, a little bit like the tool FollowerWonk, right? Because who uses FollowerWonk in this room? FollowerWonk is awesome, right? But there isn't a version of FollowerWonk for Google+. Well, AV, if you could just switch to Rand's machine for me, just very, very quickly. There is now. Now. If you go to seogadget.co.uk/GoogleWonk, this, my friends, is GoogleWonk. The only thing is we're having a little bit of trouble with our IP address, I think, with all of the Google search queries that you're running. But let's just look for people who are interested in cooking, who write for a blog, right? The query that I'm executing in Google is writer plus contributor to and cooking. And we're doing a site search in Google for Google profiles, Google Plus profiles. And if I just enter that, I'm just going to ignore all the errors and see if I can get this to work for you. No. I'm just going to try one more time. If you go and download it from our site and actually do it on a clean IP address, you get basically name and then all of the contact URLs that appear in the Google Plus profiles. So this does work. Me and Ian were playing with it a little bit earlier on. Just download it and play with it yourselves. You just need SEO tools for Excel. And I like this kind of thing, right? It took a few minutes.
I just forgot mine because I turned around and saw my head on the screen that big and my entire frontal lobe like exploded. Tell me that's not what I... Anyway, I do have one, and unfortunately it runs kind of counter to Will's. I've been doing some testing, only on test domains, and there's some evidence that if you are acquiring links for the purpose of negative SEO and you do it long enough, and Google can trace it back to you, they will ban the site that is owned by the person doing the negative SEO. So if you're going to go do that, be really careful. And if someone wants to talk to me about what I saw and how, I am happy to do that. But I won't be talking about it on a mic. So
contrary to what you may think or have been told about the impact of on-site SEO, how you code your pages, it does have and still has an impact on how the site ranks. I did a little experimentation even recently on some sites that I like to experiment with. And AJ, I even showed him the proof to vouch for me. Basically, and I won't say it up here, but maybe you come up to me, I'll tell you some of the things I did, but I recoded a theme for WordPress and put it on a few of my sites. And within 24 hours, my traffic doubled, and then over the past 2 weeks, it has tripled. And there's a direct correlation with the ranking with that, too. I had several things go up to ranking 1, ranking 2. So it's not dead, and it's kind of awesome. And I'd love to maybe talk to some people not on the stage about that.
I'm going to build off of Will's strategy of not hitting enter, except I want you to hit enter, and then I want you to hit related searches. And then I want you to do the search and not hit enter, because you get double. You get 10 like you would on the home page, but you get all the related searches as well, and there's gold in those related searches. All right. Too far. All right. Hit enter. Go to the left-hand side of the page. Go to that section that nobody ever goes to, and hit related searches, because there's gold in those related searches, and you can surf through those forever if you really wanted to. And in related searches, you can also then do Will's strategy, and you get all 10 of the suggestions there. So that's it. Also, I haven't heard it. We heard a lot about reverse image search. There's a Chrome extension for that. Get that.
Hello. I've actually already broken the no tweeting rule about this tip. I broke it whilst he was telling everyone not to tweet about it. And it's out there because 2 other people have already replied to me. So it's basically, it's far, far too long for a 30-second biddy. It's kind of a trifecta of evil between a cheap PHP script, cheap stumble-upon traffic, and how to get 100,000 followers on Twitter that are well-targeted for about $500. If you go to bit.ly/twitjack, or twitjacking, you'll find the blog post that I wrote about 45 minutes ago on it, and it's all in there. And you feel free to retweet that as well. I've just tweeted it. I didn't want to pick on Google, which is what I normally do in these sessions, so I thought Twitter would do some.
Thanks, Martin.
You're welcome.
So I guess I should probably go white hat. I guess. No, well, I don't know. Maybe afterwards. At the bar. Find me at the bar. But white hat, when I was growing up in school, people tell you the world's fair. It's not fair. We live in an age of platforms. So we talk about these highly engaged audiences and finding influencers. Who's the biggest influencer on the LinkedIn platform? LinkedIn. Who's the biggest influencer on Pinterest? Pinterest. You can find the community manager for SEO Moz, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter, Tumblr on LinkedIn. Find them, message them. If you're doing any kind of campaign on those platforms, speak to them. It's cheating, right? It's like if you wanted to write a good blog post on SEO Moz, speak to Jen. If you're running a Pinterest campaign, don't do it in the dark. Speak to the Pinterest community manager. They exist on all platforms, Google+, everything. And why not, right? If you're running a big enough campaign, these people will help you. They will tell you who the influencers are, and you'll get more reach.
2 ideas, one good and one bad. The good one, quick. when you are trying to rank for example, Valentine's Day, highly seasonality, keyword, important keyword, you start buying a lot of exact match domain, and 301 redirect them to your landing page 2 weeks before. If it doesn't catch up, the redirects, include a canonical tag really quick, it will catch up. And the bad one, if you are penalized, Google says that you need to show a 404. Of course, if it is the homepage, you cannot do it simply. And if you do it, you are going to lose your link equity there. So, because you are going to lose all that, before doing it, do a 301 redirect to your spammy competitor and mess a little bit with them.
First, I'd like to say, damn it, Tom, for stealing mine. Actually, and I have to say one thing, because it's going to get Erica to buy me, or to bake me a cake. Don't steal Roger, okay? I'll tell y'all later. So my tip is actually this. So when you're sharing content, let's say that you're doing, we recently tested some promoted posts and sponsored stories. I get them always confused on Facebook. But you know what actually happened? Not only did we get all this engagement on Facebook, but they tweeted and G+'d the shit out of that content. So think about the fact that don't use that just to promote like, hey, go buy this. Hey, go check out this latest product. Push that awesome content that you're not doing out there, push it and see that they will actually share it in other places, not just not just in Facebook or not just in Twitter. If it's really good, they're going to share it everywhere.
So I have 2 quick tips, both about content. First, anything that you're going to release, any sort of link bait or whatever, go the extra mile and make it interactive. Let the user play with it. Let the user mess around and discover their own things. If it's a bunch of data, maybe tell them some things about that data, but then say, go find some stuff of your own. Let people play with it. It's going to be much more likely they're going to share it if they've had their hands in it, they've had their mouse on it or whatever. The second tip I have is strictly process, and that is to brainstorm alone. So this is huge for me recently. Instead of just getting everybody in a room and saying, okay, we got to come up with an idea, let's do it. Schedule something a week in advance, tell everybody that's invited to spend a half hour on their own brainstorming, put ideas down, and then go into the room and present them to each other, and then work on the best one there. Don't just sit in the room and say, let's come up with an idea together, and hope something happens, because it's not. Everybody kind of heeds to other people, and nobody's really contributing at the level that they could be. So brainstorm alone.
Cool, so I've got 2. There's a company called speechpad.com. They do transcription for videos. I think they do the SEO Moz Whiteboard Fridays. If you're struggling for content ideas, go to YouTube, type in your industry and the word interview. Send that YouTube video to Speechpad, get them to transcribe that video and stick it on your blog. Easy, really, really easy way of getting good content. Put the video there as well, but it costs you $15. Second tip, slightly shadier. So you guys remember the example of where I got links to photos? I was never asked whether they're in my photos. You can link build with other people's photos. If you want to do it legitimately, go to Flickr, search for filter by Creative Commons, the ones that you can reuse, link build with those. You don't have to have the photo yourself. It also works with infographics. You don't have to link build with your own infographics. You can steal other people's.
All right, so a bunch of feature requests for MozCon, which is awesome. Thank you. Number 1, international. I will try. I promise it'll take a while. Number 2, will you put on a dress and make weather videos? 6 people have asked for that. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, I'm not that pretty. I'm sorry. And number 3, you have data back to April 4th. You're only showing us 30 days. Can we have the rest? Yes, you can. Email me, pete@seomoz.org. It's yours.
All right, last one. Can I get the monitor up on the screen here? So this is Linksy's email finder tool, email guesser tool, linksy.me/find-email. So here's Ian Lurie, portent.com. You think we can guess his email? Okay, and ta-da, ian@portent.com is his email. Let's try it with someone else. Will Reynolds, here, interactive.com. Yes, email. Let's see. Oh, look, Will R at seerinteractive.com. Works like a charm. You can find anybody's email. No? Martin MacDonald, Expedia.com. Oh! That's a different Martin McDonald. Well, we found a Martin McDonald. Probably all the same. Oh, and the other tip is, you guys remember I ran a test on Cafe Batman Breakfast? You don't have to worry about not tweeting this one for 30 days because Casey Henry's going to have a post on it probably next week or the week after. No links, 0 internal links, and to date, so far that I can find, 0 external links through any link index to this page for Cafe Batman Breakfast. Yet it can rank for pretty much everything. It's on page 3 for Cafe Breakfast, which is like hyper competitive. It's on page 1 right there for Batman Breakfast. It's there for Cafe Batman. So if you're thinking, oh, can you really rank something with just social? Yep, sure can. You sure can. All right, I think unfortunately we're 10 minutes over time, but speakers, many of us are going to be hanging out in the out there. We're going to be downstairs. Please join me in thanking everyone, thanking Laura, thanking the team, thanking the Weston. Great work. Fantastic.
Thank you. I just want to say one more thing, actually. I've been going to these for a lot of years. I made a lot of really good friendships, and the people that I call my friends in my life are the people on this stage and the people in this room. And I hope that what you got out of this, I don't work for SEO Moz. They don't pay me. And I can tell you that this is the best damn event that I have ever been to. They do a damn good job. And I think that the SEO Moz crew and the love that they put into this community and what they do here is just fantastic. So thank you guys, and thank you for having me.